Zombies started off as a side mode to a very popular franchised multiplayer game. COD 4 just kicked off, and World at War's multiplayer was kicking off as well. The campaign was always important in every game, but they felt like they needed something else to add spark to Call of Duty. That's when Zombies first hit the stage, but at the time it really wasn't that important. You had to unlock it by beating the campaign, but actually the outburst that it got was insane. Treyarch actually released map packs for the multiplayer maps and even released map packs for the Zombies maps, which started this huge craze. Zombies, zombies, zombies. But again, Zombies started off as a side mode that had no storyline. All you had to do was get into a game, kill zombies. That was it. Nothing more. All you had were wall weapons, a magical box with guns, and that was about it. That's how it started. Let's fast forward to Varrock, shall we? You add the electricity, aka the power. You also add perks. You could see that Zombies was evolving, and it was getting a little more complex. You added some more guns from the box, same wall weapons, but you had these perks and the electricity that would help you get through the game. Let's fast forward to Shino Numa.
Nikolai, get your gear on.
Where they added the Wunderwaffe DG2, the first wonder weapon ever. Think about how different Zombies would be if there were never, ever any wonder weapons. It would be ridiculously different and not nearly as fun. Then, let's go to one of the most innovative maps ever.
That was sweet!
Where Zombies took off. Darius added the Pack-a-Punch machine while keeping the perks and keeping the Wunderwaffe DG2. Darius kicked it off for all of Zombies and really made a huge lasting impact on all of Zombies. They have had to bring it back twice. Zombies started off as just a side mode in World at War, but the evolution that was coming, no one saw it. Next thing you know comes Black Ops 1, where we didn't even know Zombies was going to be in it until we finally played the game. Who would have thought that a side mode like Zombies could transfer from World at War all the way to Black Ops 1? No one thought it at the time Zombies came out, and once it was in Black Ops 1, everybody knew, hey, this is a big deal. Kino der Toten was revolutionary. It had the teleporter, which is vital to the zombie storyline. It had the most badass wonder weapon of all time in the Thunder Gun, and it started the new strategy, the Rape Train. Now, Kino der Toten was so revolutionary, not just because those last two things. It started something that Zombies didn't have before, and that was where we really got close to the characters. That map, with all the catchphrases, with everything else, started it where we got close to the characters, and we thought, hey, there's a storyline into this. There's more into it than I really thought. Let's fast forward to Ascension.
Welcome to Ascension, a place full of uncanny challenges, so you better use your brain, or it will end up being eaten by natives like these. And yes, you are correct, these are authentic Russian cosmonaut monkey zombies. So put an end to animal testing by sending their hairy asses into the atmosphere.
Ascension, one of the most innovative maps ever, adding 2 new perks, a new lander system, and one of the most annoying bosses ever, the monkeys, where the storyline just got even more in depth with Dr. Gersh, the rocket, and just everything around it. Zombies really took off in these first 2 maps because it made the storyline vital and it made it interesting, where we got to know the characters and we got to know everything else because of how interesting the story was starting to get. Now let's fast forward to Call of the Dead.
A story of 4 lone survivors. One forsaken crew. And a shipload of the undead. The bone-chilling tale inspired by legendary director George Romero.
Did something different. We were away from the 4 characters for, I believe, the second time besides 5. But this seemed a little different because the characters were in the map. And once we did that, that was the first real Easter egg where we would get an achievement and we actually interacted with the 4 characters through the Easter egg, which just made us think, this is just more than gameplay. This is Easter eggs. This has to do with the storyline. This is amazing. I am so interested because there's just so much I don't know about and that I want to get into, and I want to research the storyline. I need to find out more. Fast forward to Shangri-La. One of the most annoying maps ever. But it really presented us the first time we've ever had a really hard challenge in the new Zombies format with wonder weapons, perks, and pack-a-punch. It was a hard map, and we did not really have that in Kino, Ascension, or Call of the Dead. It really changed the aspect of Zombies because it made us appreciate harder maps more. And that Easter egg really might be the best Easter egg of all time. And I know that's a knock on other Easter eggs because all the other Easter eggs are great, but Shangri-La's Easter eggs set the tone for how hard Easter eggs are and just how fun they are once you finish them. It made you really think about the storyline, and it made you really think there's, again, something else is going on here. Let's go to Moon.
Hordes of new undead ripe for the killing. 5 all-zombie maps, including the new Zombies epic, Moon.
Moon, where do I even start? Arguably the biggest manufacturer of the storyline ever in all of Zombies. Where we blow up the Earth in the Easter egg. We have the wave gun. We have the interaction with Samantha for the first time. Zombies took off with Moon, not just because of all the gameplay mechanics it added. The storyline soared off in this, and it made us really interested for what was going to happen in the next game. It wasn't so in the moment where back in Derice, when we were doing the little teddy bear Easter egg, we were just like in the moment. We're like, okay, it's Derice, we're just playing. Moon set the tone because it made us ambitious, it made us want more, and it made us think, I really want to play the next game and solve Easter eggs in the future. Black Ops 1 started the tone for the storyline, and it didn't look back after that. Now let's go to Black Ops 2, which was another huge game, but it started off very rocky. Transit is arguably the worst map of all time, and it was followed by another letdown in Die Rise, a map I used to enjoy, but now is just way too easy. Transit is bad for multiple reasons. First, the mechanics of the map are way off. Secondly, the Easter egg is almost impossible to do, and it really doesn't do anything. That was such a hard Easter egg, and just to do that, to get a tower to light up, is really, really annoying. However, the one thing Transit did right was it kind of creeped you out with the storyline. You could hear Richtofen talking, you could hear Maxis talking. It was the first time where both of them were talking, and you were starting to get interested in saying, like, I can actually possibly solve this piece of the puzzle. And I know it hooked me. It made me think that it can unlock different parts of the map if I do the Easter egg, bus route B, and it can just unlock so much stuff after that. And then Die Rise following that, another underwhelming map, to me didn't really do much for the storyline, except the intro to that game where you heard Richtofen talking and Stuhlinger talking really creeped me out, but for the better. Following Die Rise is arguably one of the best maps ever in Mob of the Dead.
I can't change the past. I wish I could, but I just can't.
Am I stuck here until I see the error of my ways? Until I repent? Or you're gonna have to wait a long time, because I don't regret a damn thing!
It can't be like this forever. There has to be a way to break the cycle. Either wake me up, or just fucking kill me already. What did I do wrong? How do I put things right?
Kill me! Kill me right here! Right now! I'm not afraid to die!
Mob of the Dead introduced the Tomahawk. Mob of the Dead introduced Electric Cherry. Mob of the Dead introduced a new way to turn on power. Mob of the Dead introduced a new way to go to Pack-a-Punch. Mob of the Dead also introduced one of the most important things and vital to the zombie storyline, the infinite loop. Every time you would die in Mob of the Dead, you would just respawn. And I'm not talking about in-game, I'm talking about the characters, the infinite loop. Every time Sal or Weasel would die, they would just come back to life and be stuck in Alcatraz forever. And the only way to do that was to break the cycle. And that is happening all around zombies in the storyline. The infinite loop is something that is so important, and that is just because Mob of the Dead set the standards for it. Mob of the Dead, one of the most innovative and greatest maps of all time. Next came Buried, another underwhelming map that was way too easy. Easter egg was pretty good, but very, very hard. However, in this Buried Easter egg, you finally saw something that you never saw before. You saw the characters die. When you went to the future, you saw all of them were dead, and it actually kind of got you sad a little bit. And it really made you think about the Easter egg and what's going to happen next, because nobody knew what was going to happen next. And then Treyarch hit the nail on the head with Origins.
It began long ago, on the battlefields of the Great War. Two German scientists sought to harness dark and mysterious forces buried for centuries. They believed their discoveries would assure Germany's ultimate victory. What they could never have imagined was just what else their research would unearth.
We brought back the original 4 characters, but they are different characters. They're in a different universe, and they realize what they have to do, and that set the tone for Black Ops 3 and set the tone for the storyline. And that map, the Easter egg on that map, arguably the biggest storyline breaker of all time. No one knew what it meant. No one knew anything what was happening in that Easter egg, but Origins came, it brought it all, and it was great. It was so vital to the storyline and basically paved the way for Black Ops 3's storyline and Black Ops 3 in general. Also introduced some of the best wonder weapons ever, the staffs, which are also very vital to the storyline. Origins kicked butt in its mechanics, but mostly in its storyline, and it was very vital to the evolution of zombies. Now, last but not least, Black Ops 3 Zombies. Arguably, and I've been saying arguably a lot, but one of the biggest games to the storyline. And honestly, it probably got pretty confusing for most people from the Black Ops 1 storyline to Black Ops 2 storyline sub-Origins, from Origins on. But Black Ops 3, with the new storyline and the new characters, technically, because they're in a different universe, was huge for the storyline. It kicked off with Shadows of Evil. Shadows of Evil had the same mechanics as Mob of the Dead. Had the Beast, which worked as Afterlife. It had the Infinite Loop, which is so big to the storyline, and it really introduced Easter eggs and how vital Easter eggs are. Because the Shadows of Evil Easter egg paved the way for the storyline of Black Ops 3. Because once you finished the Easter egg, you killed the Shadow Man, you got him in the summoning key, Richtofen comes out of the portal, takes the summoning key, and starts the quest for the Blood Vials. Shadows of Evil, very, very innovative in its mechanics, and it had one of the best wonder weapons, and my most favorite wonder weapons ever, the Apothicon Servant, which will make an appearance later in this video. But then we fast forward to Rise and Drac.
The road is long and dark, but I know where we are going. We will complete our mission.
Which was a huge Easter egg, another huge Easter egg, and it introduced the boss fights. The boss fights were in every single map following Rise and Drac, and were very big. Horizon Drake also introduced my first and my real favorite specialist weapon. Yes, Shadow of Evil had the sword, but in Horizon Drake, it wasn't really that hard to make the gravity spikes, and it was a lot more fun, in my opinion, to use. Also, it brought back the 4 wonder weapon system with the bows. Very, very good, and in Horizon Drake, it really hit you. I remember the first day I was playing this map, everything was just awesome. It was just a very good map, the map flow, but then we found out the Easter egg, and in the cutscene, that was the cutscene, it got to me. We see Dempsey, getting his old self and killing the old Dempsey, and that's when it hit me. The old Dempsey is dead. The Dempsey I was playing with in Kino and in Moon and all that, he's dead. He is gone. The new Dempsey took his soul, his blood vials, and that is that. And that's where it paved the way for the rest of the maps. Zetsubo no Shima sort of hit a roadblock, wasn't really the best map, but again, the storyline, a big boss fight, Takeo collects his blood vial, keeps the storyline going. It was just amazing. It just kept going. It kept going from the Horizon Drake Easter egg to Zetsubo Easter egg. You knew Nikolai was next. Then Nikolai and Garad Krovi, another innovative map, brought back the PPSH, brought the Ray Gun Mark III. It was great. The Easter egg was awesome. It had 2 boss fights, and you, again, get the blood vial for Nikolai, and then you were off to the Revelations.
Unimaginable evil manifests all around us. So much of the past has returned, but what of our future? We put our fates in the hands of a madman. Truly, we have reaped what we have sown.
One of the most important maps, if not the most important map of all of Zombies history. Revelations sent the characters back to premise after a crazy Easter egg, after all the trailers we got, after Dr. Monty. It was honestly insane how much Revelations means to Zombies as a whole, because we got almost every single map back in Revelations. All the nostalgia. We got Takeo's Katana. We got the Apothecon servant upgraded. The Thunder Gun came back. We got purple perks. And then we defeated the Shadow Man in a crazy boss fight. And finally, if people aren't liking the cutscene, but I think it gave us a little bit of closure so far, at least for this game. We're sent back to premise, but again, what did Mob of the Dead establish? The infinite loop. The infinite loop is very apparent in the Revelations Easter egg, as it's shown back again. We go back to the beginning, and it's just going to happen all over again. Revelations was very vital to the Easter egg, but when we were watching Revelations, when we were finding out all those ciphers and everything, we thought it was the end. But I think really what Revelations did was make Zombies evolutionize more, if that's even a word. The evolution of Zombies is very important because Revelations paved the way for the ending Revolution of Zombies and what comes into the next game. The storyline that Revelations established is amazing, and it just paves the way for the next game, because we gotta break the cycle. As Zombies started from World at War and Black Ops 1, the storyline wasn't very important, and now we're going all the way to breaking the cycle. Revelations was huge. Black Ops 3 was huge for the storyline, and it really evolutionized Zombies and made it great. Now, I would say my favorite thing about Zombies is that it started off as nothing. It started off as a side mode that people kind of overlooked. It wasn't really big. I remember even me in 6th grade when I first got my first Call of Duty Black Ops 1. I only wanted to play multiplayer. I did not want to play Zombies. But then the games got better and better, and I got more interested in the storyline and more interested in all the aspects of Zombies, and it just clicked for me. Something clicked for me. And I think that happened to a lot of people, where halfway through whatever game you were just like, hey, there's more to this than just killing zombies. There's this whole storyline, all these other things I can do within the game. It's so unique. It's so unique. Treyarch, I cannot thank you enough. As the past 6 years of my life, I'm going to say 6 because I didn't play World at War. The past 6 years of my life have been so much better just because of Zombies. I would go home, I'd just play with my friends. Zombies. Treyarch, you did that, and I thank you so much for making Zombies and making it as good as you were. Another thing that I love about Zombies is that, again, it started off as a side mode, but it started off as just in the game 4 characters killing zombies. That's all it was. I'm not sure if Treyarch had plans then to make it into this whole dynamic storyline, but think about it. It started off as a Russian, a German, American, and Japanese guy just killing zombies, teleporting from map to map, just killing zombies. It didn't have any storyline. And then somewhere along the way, they picked it up, and it had this crazy storyline where now the only thing people want to see now is Easter eggs. Easter eggs, Easter eggs, Easter eggs. We love this storyline. Heck, I almost cried the other day because of the ending cutscene of Revelations. It's it's so sad because it shows like all the nostalgia and everything. It could be over, but again, Black Ops 3 ending storyline possibly set up for either Super Easter egg or the next Zombies game, and I cannot wait for what else is in store. Treyarch, I cannot thank you enough. Thank you for making Zombies. I love you for that, and I'm so, the nostalgia is there. I'm just so overjoyed with what Zombies has become, because it started off as just map and knockdown tone, and look where we are now with Revelations. So that was the video for today, guys. I hope everybody enjoyed it. The evolution of Zombies. If you could leave a like, that would be awesome, because I spent a really long time and hard working. I was hard working on this video for a really long time. Put a lot of hard work into it. So if you could leave a like, that would be great. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. That'd be awesome for more daily zombie content. And peace out, everybody. Stay draining.